Picture this: the sun is rising, the air is crisp, and the seaside of California is calling. We're nestled in the heart of Seaside, California, a coastal gem that houses the starting point of our adventure. The Pacific Coast Highway, Highway 1, stretches out before us, a ribbon of possibility that winds its way along the breathtaking Californian coast. It's more than just a road. It's an iconic pathway that has witnessed countless stories and adventures, and today it's ready to be part of ours. Our hearts are pounding with anticipation, our spirits excited by the promise of the journey, the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of the road that lies ahead. It's all part of the allure. We're not just embarking on a road trip, we're setting off on an adventure that promises to be as remarkable as the Pacific Coast Highway itself. As we continued our journey, the famous Golden Gate Bridge loomed in the distance. An emblem of human ingenuity, the bridge stretched out before us like a giant, an awe-inspiring sight that stirred a sense of adventure within us. This magnificent structure, spanning nearly 2 miles across the Golden Gate Strait, has been standing tall since the late 1930s. Riding across it, you can't help but marvel at the fusion of engineering and artistry it represents. The ocean's cool breeze was a welcome change, adding a refreshing touch to our ride. It's a well-known fact that the temperatures along the ocean are usually cooler than inland. This slight drop in the thermometer made our journey all the more pleasant. The chill, a delightful contrast to the warmth of the last several days. The sight of the Golden Gate Bridge fading in our rear view marked another milestone in our journey. The Pacific Coast Highway is not about speed, but about the journey itself. And oh, what an incredible journey it was. Riding along California's Highway 1, the pace was unhurried, deliberate, allowing us the opportunity to truly absorb the stunning scenery we were surrounded by. The winding roads, as they curled and twisted, were not merely asphalt under our wheels, but a pathway to adventure. Each curve we navigated revealed a new vista, a fresh perspective of the Pacific Ocean. The ocean, a vast expanse of shimmering blue, was our constant companion, its waves whispering tales of far-off lands and forgotten mariners. There were scenic stops aplenty, each one a chance to rest, to breathe in the salty air, to feel the cool ocean breeze on our faces, and to marvel at the timeless beauty of the landscape. We made a point to stop often to take pictures to capture the moment, but the lens could only capture so much. The raw, unfiltered beauty of the Pacific Coast is something that can only be truly appreciated when you're there, in the moment, living it. But the slower pace was not without its challenges. Time, as it often does, had a way of slipping away from us. The sun, once high in the sky, began dipping below the horizon sooner than we'd anticipated. We found ourselves racing against the fading daylight, trying to cover as much distance as we could before nightfall. The slower pace also meant that we didn't get as far as we had hoped. There were places we had marked on our map, stops we had planned that we simply didn't get to. Despite not covering as much distance as we had hoped, the ride was an unforgettable experience. An experience that taught us the true meaning of travel. It's not about the destination, but the journey. And what a magnificent journey it was along the slow and breathtaking route of the Pacific Coast Highway. As the sun began to set, we found ourselves in the charming town of Port Arenas. The journey had been one of discovery and camaraderie. We had ridden through landscapes that took our breath away, from the majestic cliffs of the Pacific Coast Highway to the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. Each curve of the road had brought with it a new sight to behold, a new memory to cherish. But it wasn't just about the sights. The journey had also taught us invaluable lessons. Patience, for one. Riding along the scenic route, we had learned to take things slow, to enjoy the journey rather than rush to the destination. We had learned to adapt, to be prepared for the unexpected. And most importantly, we had learned about the strength of our bond, the camaraderie that had kept us going through the highs and lows. As we parked our motorcycles and looked back at the road we had traveled, we knew that this was a ride we would never forget.